Hey guys, welcome back to the Small Town Critics podcast. I'm 1/3 of the Small Town Critics. My name's Moe.
Kem.
Hashi.
Guys, special day. I told you last time. This is the year of collabs. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think this guy was our first guest, if I'm not mistaken.
Look at that.
Right?
No,
I'm pretty sure.
He blatantly was, but I'm just trying to play it down. He was.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bit salty. I'm a bit salty from the Bears challenge.
What?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm a bit
Oh, you should be salty after you added extra salt. I've seen the tape.
I'm gonna plug it. Hold on. Alright, so guys.
You saw the footage.
I saw the footage.
Man, he switched sides.
So guys,
We talk about it.
we have the return of Junior from the OUTTAKE Network.
Thank you.
Bam, 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 bam.
Guest hosting today.
Thank you.
Guest hosting.
Thank
Guest
you so
hosting.
much
Part of
for
the
that.
gang today.
Thank you
Yes,
guys.
yes.
Thank you guys for having me, man.
And if you guys don't know what Ken was talking about with the Bear Challenge, so OUTTAKE Network and Small Town Critics did a collab in anticipation of the Bear, where they did like a food challenge and they had to cook a chicken
Piccata.
chicken piccata.
Yeah.
And I think you chose the right words. You're being a bit salty because Kem kind of. Well, I'll let you guys go watch it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you go watch it, but
Yeah.
I'll just say that I perfectly seasoned, the chicken.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I left.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There we
there
go.
we
And
go.
then, and then some kind of self-sabotage happened.
Yes.
Where someone decided to.
I felt so,
Yeah.
bro. I had my inner salt bay. I had to.
You
do
know,
a
you know when
bit.
you got a group project and you're not really like confident on the guys. Their
I'm
part
not
of
gonna
it.
lie. That was.
That's what
partly-
you did.
that
Yeah.
was
That's
part-
yeah.
No,
That's
but
what
what
you
it was, like I was in my element. I was flying.
Yeah.
I felt like Carmi. I was
Yeah.
like,
You know what? Yeah.
and then Junior was all gassy up. I was like,
Yeah.
salt bay.
when you did that,
Salt
I
Bay.
think that was okay. But then you did it again.
Yeah, I know.
You did it again. I was like, you know,
But-
I even said to you,
But did you realize the second one? The first one was like, yeah. The second
Yeah.
one, I was like,
yeah.
Dashed it in there.
Bear it.
Yeah.
But there's one thing I want to say in it to Junior is 6 out of 10, bro.
yeah, no.
No,
It's-
I'm not
no,
gonna
come
lie.
back to that.
I'm not gonna
No,
lie.
no.
As an outsider watching it, he was fair.
No, he wasn't fair.
He was fair.
He wasn't fair.
Thank you.
He wasn't
Thank
fair.
you.
He was
You
fair.
think I wasn't fair?
Behind the scenes, he
Next
wasn't
time-
fair.
Was it fair? In
No,
terms of
no
what?
way.
You want to do a quick breakdown of why you think I wasn't fair?
Listen. Every time he was talking, he was like, "Hey, small time critic. Hey guys, come over here. Hey, small time critics, do this. Hey guys, come over here." And you could see in the tone he was talking to his team.
Well, guys, go and watch it for yourself. It's on the OUTTAKE Network YouTube channel, which is going to be in the description below. So go check that out. Next time we can do one, and we'll both be the
we can both be
judges.
the judges.
We'll
Yeah,
both be
we
the
can.
judges.
How about you cook? You're the best cook out of all of us anyway.
I don't know, man. I think Ken would.
No.
beg to differ.
I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, it was
Actually-
it was a sabotage. I didn't mean to do it, but I was too gassed. I wanted to fling bare salt in.
You know what?
I was. I'm
You
not
know
gonna
what?
lie.
That was so salty,
You
bro.
know what? You know
how
what?
hard it was
You know what?
to hold
Like-
my impression.
You have to give it up to a man who admits when he's wrong. No problem.
Do you know what's
Yeah.
so crazy, man?
Yeah.
The other day we cooked steak at the yard, and I've oversalted my missus. Bro, it was
Bro,
so,
Was she like you did a
it
Kimmy?
was so salty. We had to throw it away. It was that bad.
That bad?
It was that bad. Yeah.
No,
How do you sprinkle the salt?
I had
You
a
just-
mare, bro. I had a
No,
mare. I had a
there's
mare.
a difference though.
I
I
oversalted.
was doing it for showmanship.
Yeah.
That sounds like.
Yeah, I oversalted.
Well,
I
yeah,
oversalted,
we got two
yeah.
chems here.
Yeah.
God damn.
Sorry,
Oh,
baby.
okay.
Sorry,
Okay,
baby.
I see what it is.
But guys,
Nice.
as you can see from the title of the video, we are doing our review for the Acolyte.
Are we?
I guess so.
Do we have to? I'm joking.
No, we have to. Oh, you probably know what Hashi's gonna say about it. But yeah, we're doing our review for the Acolyte. Before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when the videos are coming out. And yeah, man, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Go to the TikTok channel. The TikTok channel is blowing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We're live
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
We're live.
We're live. We
They're
can do
live now.
lives.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
So yeah, we appreciate everybody that's followed, subscribed, and everything. We love you guys. And yeah, OUTTAKE Network, Junior's channel, Maz, Aladdin, all of them. Their description down in the description below, all of that stuff. So go follow up, check them out. They got great content too. All right, guys, the Acolyte, we are here. I'm gonna just say this. Let me just start. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like this show. I'm gonna be real. with you.
Why?
Yeah, I don't like this show. I think the story isn't great. It wasn't really progressing very well. I think the dialogue was pretty bad. I think everything was pretty flat and bland. Personally, there was just some weird choices as well in terms of characters. Like for me, I just didn't like it. And also another thing is, yeah, when you don't like a show, you're not concentrating on it as much. It's just a fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need to be a bit more professional. But it is what it is. I just didn't like it, yeah. And you don't know, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but I gave it a chance, and I can objectively, try and judge a show for what it is. But I didn't like it. But I will say this: there is a lot of like, what do they call it, review bombing, I guess, for this show for the wrong reasons. I will say that, innit? Because some people would like to think it's quote unquote too woke or whatever it is, right?
Which casting and stuff.
Yeah, so it's the casting, some decisions, things like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's a bit unfair. But if I'm putting that to the side and judging the show for what it is, I didn't really like it. So that's my take on it before we get into it properly. Kem?
I disagree.
Chat to us.
I disagree. Obviously, I'm not a massive fan of it, but I disagree in regards to some of the review bombing. What you said,
That was unfair.
I think the portion of the sort of population that are review bombing it because of the sort of woke side of things, vehemently disagree with that. But then on the flip side of thing, that you have Star Wars fan who are diehard, who day one Star Wars fan who has an issue with with what these guys are doing in regards to sort of the character arcs, the power sets, and the flagrant like sort of disregard to the original stories and how certain people became to be. Like, for example, without me getting too big, the two Osha and May, was obviously there was like an immaculate conception which downplays Anakin Skywalker, where Anakin Skywalker was the original, like that's why he was special. And I think, okay, I'll digress, so I'll talk a bit more about it, but ultimately there's a portion of the fan base who I think are rightly so angry about what these guys are trying to do, because like these guys they're like super powerful, whereas the Luke Skywalkers, the Anakins and all that, they had to build it. It took 3 films for Luke Skywalker to learn how to really use the Force. These guys are just born.
You say the show contradicts
the
original series.
Yeah, so that's the issue with some. Again, don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of the show. I think the show is just wash. There's some elements of it is good, but ultimately that's where I'm sitting.
Wait, you're not a fan of the show?
I'm not a fan of this one, no.
Well, I thought the way you're moving is like you like the show. I thought you liked it.
No, I didn't say I like it. I said I like Star Wars, but what they're doing, I'm just arguing my point why the fan base is sort of giving it crap.
So what are you disagreeing about with my critics?
You said a lot of it, most of it, it's about the woke agenda. And
No.
Oh.
I'm saying the review bombing.
Yeah.
Like it's 3 point something on IMDb.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that's fair. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
People that stands like for these kind of things. Like there's a lot of like they do it with comic book movies, Star Wars, things like that.
Yeah.
When they see something that's quote unquote too woke, they will review bomb it even before watching it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Just putting it down and stuff like that. I think that's a bit unfair.
No, of course, I agree.
But at the same time, like I can say like I don't really like the show and the decisions that they made with it. So
we're in the same boat.
yeah. But Junior, you haven't completely finished it.
I haven't watched any of
But
it. I've seen clips of it on Twitter.
Oh,
You know what?
That's mad. The way you're talking, like you've seen most of the show from clips. So sounds of it.
I like Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not a super Star Wars fan, but I appreciate Star Wars
Yeah.
for what it is. So I do watch the other shows that Disney Plus has given us, and I enjoy the other shows for what it is. With this one, I kind of feel like there's a Star Wars fatigue. There's a lot of them pumping out a lot of TV shows. They're going to do a lot of movies coming out as well. So I kind of took a step back from watching it and watched other things.
Sure.
So I've just been reacting to how people are reacting to this series. I
Sure.
kind of just seen it as like people don't like it. So should I go about going to watch it? So I've just stepped aside from it.
Can I just say one? Fair. You're a fraud.
Just
say you're a
Nah, he's telling Twitter to sell it to him. They're not selling it very well.
You're a fraud.
You know what I mean?
You're
They're
a
not
fraud.
selling it.
You're a fraud.
But you don't like it either.
No.
I'm saying.
No,
So what's going on?
All
You
I'm
liked
saying-
it, then
you know what?
cool,
We're
get
all frauds.
No, we should have called either Maz or Aladdin to do this. He's a fraud. He hasn't done it.
Yeah, Hashi, go on. What are you saying?
For me, as you guys already know, I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
Are you for real?
I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
Nah, it's just that you sound so down. Like,
I am down. I am
Yeah.
down because like this was like a challenge to watch, man.
it was.
It was a real challenge to watch.
Yeah.
Every week, like every Wednesday, like getting
So
out of bed, you're like,
Then stop watching it.
you know what I mean?
I hear it.
Go and just watch on
But
TikTok.
again, bro, we have a professional obligation. Innit? We're professionals. We watch the show. Innit? You know what I'm saying? So,
say.
so
I was surrounded by it.
but this show was so bad on so many levels. I think the show would let itself down in regards to the storytelling, in regards to a lot of the performances. There's only a couple of performances in this that are actually any kind of real substance. There's a real lack of great action set pieces apart from one episode.
Episode 5, innit?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the episode. And other than that, it's just a real damp squib. We had a lot of retreading in this. We had like 2 episodes which were basically the same from 2 different angles, which didn't add anything to the overall story. Again, the only character I liked was the Soul character. And I liked him because of he's a great actor. Obviously, we've seen him in a load of great Korean films.
Lee Jung-jae.
Lee Jung-jae, as well as, of course, Squid Game.
What do you think of Manny Jacinto, who played?
I was just about to say
name?
that. I think.
So
I think that's
what's the character's name?
the stranger, basically.
The stranger. But the reason why, again, I think when he's wearing the helmet, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's a great, like, dynamic, what do you call it, like literally like active actor. But when he's like saying the dialogue, it's bad.
It's
man.
flat.
It's like they're trying to do some kind of like weird, like, for want of another expression, like a sexy Sith kind of thing, like kind of thing.
I will say though,
Sexy Sith.
Sorry. This was that thing you did?
the twisters.
yeah.
More than one.
Sorry, I was crying.
I will say though, that guy Manny Jacinto, he's a good actor. You know,
He's a
is
good
very good.
actor,
He's actually a good
but
actor.
he's been done a real disservice by just how bad the script is.
the writing is
And
so
also,
bad.
Yeah.
why is my brother always whispering his dialogue?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just so bad. Most of it is on the volume. The stuff that's not on the volume isn't filmed like that great. It's very flat.
Yeah.
It's just so bad.
There was some there was some weird editing choices in the show as well. Like there was, listen, man.
Yeah.
You know, okay.
I have
Okay,
to say. There was a weird edit. There was one episode. I can't remember what episode it was, but Osha and May linked up for like I think it was like the first time when they were older.
Yeah.
I think so they're in the planet. They're looking at each other. It does a cut, and the cut then shows the planet again, and then it just comes back to them two
Yes.
in the same place that they were.
Yes.
I'm like, what's the point of that
There
cut?
was no point.
There was no point of it. It was the weirdest thing to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, this weird stuff. The first episode, I also wanted to ask you, like, maybe this is something like I wasn't paying attention. How was there fire in space?
Yeah, there was
It's
a massive.
ridiculous.
Reddit
went crazy.
When
When that happened, Reddit went mad.
I didn't get that.
Yeah,
Bro,
no.
I was like, am I missing something?
No, you
moving
went
like
you went-
SpongeBob, bro.
This is
Curry patties on the wall. No logic.
No.
It was weird.
I think that is valid, and everybody got and jumped onto that and sort of was giving it crap for that. But okay, I don't think it's fair for us to be here sitting just completely like lambasting this. There are some elements. For example, I have to say, when it comes to the stranger, Manny Jacinto,
Yeah.
the choreography for his sort of his fighting with
Episode 5, yeah.
with the lightsabers was fantastic.
Hey, when he headbutted the
Oh, yeah,
bro,
so
I was like,
that
yo.
was it.
I was like, yo.
Yo, he was on it.
Yeah.
the fan was
That
really
was
good.
cool.
Yeah, so that as well. I didn't have an issue with his sort of switching up of the character because he was trying to fool them for them to think that he's one person when he's not.
Yeah.
So I didn't have too much of an issue with that. Ultimately, he was the standout for me.
Really?
Yeah. So I had an issue with you know what? I like Soul up until it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
And how he was acting was like, okay, this is now stupid. I think maybe that's the writing needs to take onus on that not him, or the direction that he was given.
Which part do you think he was stupid? Like
It was just like the episode when they sort of they backtracked and then there was going into
They went back to
The flashbacks?
the flashback, yeah. And the Padawan was jumped on the bike and then he chased him to get him, but then when they got there, they were together trying to then infiltrate the place.
And also,
it just didn't make any sense.
Also,
and I was like,
his motivation,
Yeah.
like
it just
he
did,
had like a weird love for a child, but it's again, I'm not saying in like a bad way, but
Yeah.
again, it made no sense because of like what is the reason
and how long
the
they
genesis of the connection.
were there for. They
Yes.
never really met them. Okay, that's another thing as well. But with that, you've got Soul now. He is now being basically he was encouraged to sort of hide their actions,
Yeah.
their actions, all of that sort of stuff.
I have to say, I think the flashback episode came a bit too late in this
Yes.
series because it was the second last episode
Yeah.
where they had the flashback of like trying to figure
Everything
out
that happened. Yeah.
why May is the way she is, why all of them are the way they are, what happened with the Jedi, all of that stuff. I think that came a bit too late because by that time you're not really interested in the story anymore. Do you know what I mean? If it came a bit earlier and then you knew their motivations because of those flashbacks, maybe you can be like, all right, cool, I'm invested in this. But the way they positioned it in the series, for me, it just didn't work. I don't know what it was. It just, I didn't really like it. Another thing is, like, May, was anyone else annoyed by how much she was flip-flopping?
Yeah.
Yes.
I had an issue. The fact
One
that
moment she's like so on to getting the Jedi, then she
Yes.
wants to turn herself in.
It makes no sense.
And I'm just like, what's happening here? This is
And again, it's a real disservice on a script level to a point where, like, I understand having a writer's room where one of them has never watched any Star Wars to try
sure.
and be the kind of checks and balances.
Sure.
Completely get that.
Yeah.
But there's a real kind of lack of knowledge of the world and stuff like that. And I think the reason why we loved Episode 5 so much is because they were doing new things in the Star Wars universe. Like, we had like a helmet, we had like a
no,
like
but
a
that's not new.
substance.
That's not new.
No, I'm saying, but it's part of like the kind of like it's part of the canon.
Yeah,
that
yeah, okay,
hasn't
okay.
been in live action.
Okay,
you
yeah,
know
no,
what I'm saying?
okay, I hear you.
So, like, introducing that kind of stuff and having like different kind of fighting styles and having kind of like the stranger have this extremely unorthodox way of fighting where he doesn't follow the rules, which is kind of like, which then tracks with how he wants to kind of like use the Force, so to speak. That's interesting stuff. Like ideas of kind of like the Jedi not all being good. That's new
That
stuff.
I liked.
That's cool. That's good to have. But to kind of like flatten it and to rush storylines.
It's not built on very well, is it?
Yes, and to have like you have this great actor you have this great actor in Soul.
Yeah.
And a pretty good performance, and like he has a great kind of speaking voice, and
Who recently just learned English,
he
by the
recently
way.
just learned English, and it sounds incredible. Like when he's saying virgins,
Yeah.
it sounds incredible. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And you want
Virgin.
No, you
there
know,
is a virgins.
no, you know what?
It's great though, man. Honestly, it's great. It's great.
Sorry, let me stop you there.
Go on.
I think they gave him too much to say. His character didn't need to speak so much.
But I'm not gonna lie. He's a great actor. And
No, he is a
you
great
wanna
actor.
see him.
No, I do want to see
He's
him.
got such a presence. You
No,
know
but
what I'm saying?
I think it's they did a disservice to him by putting him in a position where it almost at times I wanted to finish off his sentence for him because he was taking no. Am I right? Am I bad?
No, it's just funny. It's just
No, but am I right? No. But that's how I
I know
felt.
what you mean,
It's
yeah.
almost like because he's so good. I think they gave him too much dialogue. Yeah. Have you said he's just learned English? Yeah. Again, fair play to him. That's incredible.
Yeah.
But they put him in a position where people are now like, okay,
Hurry up!
yeah. And I felt bad because. Like, imagine someone telling you to hurry up because you're taking long, and I was like, don't put him in that position,
I didn't know you're that close to Soul that you want to finish your sentences like that.
bro. It was like that. Okay, let me ask some questions.
Go ahead.
I'll ask you, do you think that obviously, like, obviously the review bombing is bad? Do you think that a lot of the issues that the hardcore Star Wars fan had in regards to sort of changing sort of historical precedents of Star Wars in regards to Immaculate Conceptions, like how people, do you think that was a valid?
I hear what you're saying. I think essentially this is the issue. There's a large part of the Star Wars audience and fan base that don't want to see anything new or dynamic.
Yeah.
They want kind of their Skywalkers are this family that are on a pedestal right here, and they just want to kind of see some kind of version of a rehash.
They want to go
of
back
that.
to the 70s.
They just want to go back to the good old days.
The good old
You know what I
days,
mean?
yeah.
And it's very, very disappointing. Like you have, like, for example, shows like Andor, which I will always be the drum for, which are doing something new in a very, very old space. You know what I'm saying? Literally, like taking like the story from the original trilogy and fleshing out, you know what I mean, the lore of it and stuff like that. And again, like the review bombing and like people denigrating a show simply by having a diverse cast, goodness me, is like abhorrent, man. You know what I mean? It's just terrible, and it just kind of shows, you know what I mean, certain human beings' temperament now in fan base, unfortunately.
It's
And we shouldn't really pay attention to the people like that.
But it's so unfair that the writing is so bad for a show that has a cast that's mainly not white.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's so unfair,
It,
man.
it gives these guys ammunition.
That's
to
what I'm
talk.
saying.
Yeah.
Like,
From the
What was
outside
the
looking
show
in, what
like?
do you think?
what did you say? dude?
Looking at the show.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Wait, what were you gonna ask? What were you gonna ask?
We're gonna ask.
I was gonna say, wasn't this show like? So before actually, obviously I didn't watch it,
Yeah.
but like the preparation for the show, they said that it was meant to be happen. Like they was planning to do this show like years ago, but
Yeah.
it always got backlogged.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to hear that you guys are like the script was bad
Yeah.
and the story was bad, like what planning did they have?
Can I just say one thing that? Let me say this right. I don't want to get cancelled. I don't want to say anything wrong. Some of the issues with new TV, new movies, which I believe it's justified, is KPIs. There's too many KPIs that needs to be met in order to make movies and series nowadays.
Just for the
What's
audience,
What's
that's
KPIs
a
again?
key performance indicator.
Oh, right.
So again, if you're gonna introduce somebody or put something in or put any sort of like storyline, it needs to make sense to the source material or to the story. Like in this one, there was a lot of what would you say? A lot of like it just don't make sense moment. Like it's like, why did they do that?
Do you think they're trying to hit a new audience? Like
No.
No.
So this is what I was gonna bring up here. So there's a moment in the show where I think it was May, her lightsaber, the
Turn red.
crystal changes color, right?
No, that's OSHA.
Was it OSHA? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. See. By that time I was like, who's
Say
who?
it.
Anyway, the crystal changes color, and I find out like that's something that like if you know the law,
Yes, only
you know why that's happening,
Yes.
right? If
Yeah.
you don't really know why that's happening.
Yeah.
And if you want to get a new audience, you need to
need to
can't
educate
do
them.
those kinds of. You
Yes.
need to help us out a little
Yeah.
bit.
You
Do you know what I'm
one
trying to say?
scene that explains
Yeah.
kyber crystals
Yeah.
and how a young Jedi acquires their crystal and
Yeah.
how they kind of
Yeah.
pair with their crystal.
Yeah.
But none of that happened.
This is meant to be like the first Star Wars in terms of the timeline. Star Wars timeline.
Yeah,
It's meant to be
yeah.
first.
Well,
This
no,
is
this is before. This is before.
This is
So
like
this is 100 years.
100
before
years,
Revenge of the
yeah.
Sith.
Yeah, so it's maybe the
But-
first of the timeline.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I think you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah, you are.
we're in here. So based on Star Wars sort of understanding, Yoda was present. How did he not? How did he not?
Kemi,
Sense
thank you.
all of this.
Thank you for this. Yeah. So
Damn.
the ending is so bad.
Yeah.
Because we've had, like Mo said, we've had May flip flopping this whole time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now the only way for them not to get caught is not to all go together, but for one person to stay and the others to go. May could have easily have gone with them.
Yeah.
It makes no sense if you just think about it for a good 2 minutes. Like it makes no sense whatsoever. And the fact that then her mind has to get wiped.
Yeah.
Again, that made no sense. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's something that could work. You know what I'm saying? And she goes, do it in a hurry.
Yeah.
Again, it makes no sense.
Also, Soul's death was just not. I was so uninspired.
It's
So
anticlimactic.
uninspired
It's just
and
like-
anticlimactic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then also, he kind of quasi forgives her to kind of make Osha some kind of sympathetic, but then she's now part of the dark side because her lightsaber, and again, I understood she's now gone from light to dark,
Yeah.
so to speak, kind of
Yeah.
thing. But then again, you can still see some kind of humanity in her by the way she doesn't want to let go of her, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of the other half of
I
herself.
just-
By the way, yeah, I was gonna
So-
say they're not twins, right?
They're not-
No,
they're one
not.
They're
person.
the same
One person,
split
yeah.
in it.
because of the virgins.
Bro, all I'm the thing about it, again, I had another issue. I don't want to be just lambasting it, but
No, do it.
the thing, look, I just didn't like how easily Osha sort of just switched. Like she was like, "Oh no, you're to the stranger. No, I don't trust you. You're bad. Okay, give me the helmet.
Give me the helmet. Let me try the helmet on.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
By the way, that helmet is cool though.
It's cold.
That
Yeah,
comment
it's
was
cold.
hard.
Yeah.
The helmet is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that one clip with the lightsaber. And he's like,
Yeah.
Bro.
When he headbutted it, brother.
Bro.
Yeah.
But I saw people upset by that as
But
well.
the Yoda thing.
No. No, because that's in Star Wars.
That's
so
Star, that's
Oh, that is
part
in
of the
Star
law.
yeah,
That's all part
it's
of the
just
law.
Hashi was right when he said that's obviously the first time we've seen it in live action.
Can I-
But
okay.
bro, just to
Go ahead.
just to finish your point on Yoda, again, it's for people to go, oh my god, it's Yoda kind of thing. But then again, it makes the story as a whole look bad.
Bad,
that
yeah.
Someone like Master Yoda
Not sensing
would
any of
let
this.
this happen on his watch.
And I just
I'm
want to
not
say,
sensing a
this is my
single
last
part of
point
this.
on this show. Yeah.
Don't say anything bad about Yoda, by the way.
No, it's not bad about Yoda. I think it's cheating. Yeah. for these people to bring in Yoda and then Darth.
Darth
What,
Vader.
Sidious?
No, Darth, the one that was
Oh,
next
yeah,
to the,
what's his
next
name?
to the,
Yeah,
next
yeah.
to the,
Oh,
Darth Plagueis.
Darth Plagueis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To bring in Yoda and that Darth Plagueis brother right at the end of the show for you
Yeah.
to be like,
Oh,
oh my
next
god, I
season.
can't wait for
Season
season
two,
two. Even
yeah.
though the rest of this show was trash,
Yeah.
yeah. This show does not deserve a season 2, bro.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
doesn't. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
And by the way, if it gets to season 2, I'll be shocked. I think
It
they'll
will.
leave it here.
It will.
If
No,
they-
it
Rays
will.
will
It
do-
will.
Ray might
Disney,
do as well.
Disney will give it a season 2. That's the problem. Disney don't. They don't listen to the audience.
From what I've
Have
heard,
you
the
not
ratings
realised?
are okay for for the episodes. So I don't know. Maybe.
Disney do not listen to the audience at all.
Yeah.
Disney will
Wow.
do something out of spite. It's like, okay, you don't like it, we're giving you more.
I feel like for Star Wars, I think it's more of like they make so much money from merchandise. That's like
yeah.
let's pump as much shows as
But
possible.
what merchandise? What merchandise could you get from?
What? Who?
What merchandise?
They can make toys from,
Merchandise.
toys from all the. They can make toys. The helmet can be made into like something. Like
To be fair, I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie. I've got a
Pip.
helmet.
There's
Pip.
a lot of stuff that can be made into toys.
You're right, Pip. The helmet.
I
You're
think it
right.
always just helps with sales.
You're right. He's right.
Yeah.
Because
There's a couple
I've
things.
seen like other franchises where the movie or show will flop, but they still greenlight it.
No, of course.
Yeah.
So one more question for me. The Stranger and the Stranger's obviously he was a Padawan for the
Darth Plagueis.
No, for that green one, innit? No,
What's the name?
the green one.
Oh, sorry. You're
Obviously
right.
the same
Sorry,
thing.
you're right. Yes.
The green.
Yeah.
How am I following it better than you, bro?
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
What's going
Oh,
on?
you're
Because
talking about the lady who has a
The bald-headed lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Green.
Yeah, skin fade.
Greenie. Yeah.
Yeah.
She has a lightsaber
Yeah.
that is a lasso. It's like a kind of like a whip.
Vanessa.
Vanessa.
Yeah.
She has a lightsaber that's a whip.
Whip. Yeah, that's why the whip's on his back and everything. That's where that came from. Apparently.
Crazy.
Lightsabers can bend.
Whipping on the back.
Whip.
That
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. It's something else. Something else.
Slave. What?
Oh, whoa.
That's too much. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
I don't like that.
Wait, what the character?
How did we get there? How we get here? How we get here?
Character?
Huh?
What's the complexion
so
of the
that-
character?
Look at TikTok. They might tell you.
Outrageous. No, but I don't like that though.
Good one.
Whip on the back. What's going on?
I'm gonna get you.
But that's mad. That's
What?
mad. No, I'm just saying
The
like
whip on the back thing.
the whip in the back thing.
I don't
was
like it. Yeah.
Do it the back.
Was it? Is this, yo, Kem, is this a Reddit theory?
No. This
So
is
this is what
actually.
you lot watching in your spare time, yeah?
Yeah, behave yourself.
Two of
yeah.
them.
Into Glatz.
Two of them.
Hey, yo, behave
You
yourself.
know the review bombs are. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't condone none of
Make
this.
I don't
space
condone
great
it.
again.
Like I like my goddamn Jedi white, dude. That's what they said. That's what the review bombers said.
But
So-
I don't know. For me, the show it's a real mess, man. And again, I think, remind me of the actor who plays Saul. His name,
Lee Jung Jae.
Lee Jung Jae. For me, I really like him as an actor.
Yeah.
I think he was great. I didn't like the way he died. They did him dirty. Daphne Keane, who played Jackie,
Oh yeah, she was in
and
this. Yeah.
the brother who played Yord.
Yeah.
I thought Jackie was okay. Yord, I thought was just so silly. And I thought it was a big move by the show that they killed them off in episode 5. And I thought that's the mark of the show actually going to become good, kind of thing. And then it went straight back to, usual service of absolute,
Yeah.
mediocrity, unfortunately. But again, that's everything I have to say on it, man. Like, again, a real kind of miss, man. A huge,
Let me ask.
huge miss.
Let's wrap
What?
it up. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, no.
We got
before
last
we wrap
thing.
up,
Yeah.
Okay, I got 3 questions.
God.
No,
Come
not
on,
for
man.
us. Not for us.
Oh.
Okay. What does Star Wars need to do? Or no, what does Disney need to do to make this come good?
Oh, easy.
Or-
I got an easy answer for that.
Or no, it's not for you. Or is it far gone? They cannot resurrect
Star
the
Wars in
Acolyte.
general.
No, the Acolyte.
The
Acolyte series. Is there anything that Disney or Star Wars can do to make the Acolyte become good, or is it completely gone? And are we going to see another Star Wars Acolyte or whatever with the Stranger?
The answer.
I just don't think it's fair to give this show a second season when you've got other shows that have a much better first season where like the second season is up in the air.
Yeah.
Things like that. It's just not fair, man. Just because it's Star Wars and it's Disney, it's not fair.
Yes. Yeah. This show, if there's the best thing they can do is not do season 2 and to slow down, like Bob Iger's already said, to fully slow down on all Star Wars content.
Yeah.
Because I think scarcity makes the heart grow fonder.
You know
and
who they
more
need?
people then watch stuff if they wait a period of time.
You know who they need to direct this?
Go on.
Favreau. You know
John Favreau.
He's the one who did Mandalorian originally.
Yeah.
And again, I have issues
If
with
he-
Mandalorian.
Yeah.
But he's gonna do the. He's gonna do.
He's going to do the
Yeah.
movie. He's going to
Yeah.
do the movie.
If he took hold of this, I reckon this would be quality. Personally.
He ain't got time for that, man. He's
He's
Busy.
Yeah, no, he's a busy guy, yeah.
bro.
All right, guys. Well, that was our review for The Acolyte. Let us know in the comments what you guys think. If you actually like, I really want to know if people who liked this and why they liked it. But yeah, you guys can see what our review of it is. Junior, you think you're gonna watch it?
no.
Probably not. Yeah.
Why you seen it on TikTok
He
already?
ain't been.
You see most of it on TikTok, man. You know everything that happens already.
He hasn't been sold. He ain't been sold, but it's good. I get it, to be honest. But yeah, that was our review for The Acolyte, guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when the videos are coming out. And remember the Outtake Network, their socials are down in the description below. I was about to do a mad tongue. Yeah, it's crazy.
Give him a follow.
Give them a follow, man. Yeah, exactly.
you. I
Give 'em
appreciate
Show
a
them love, man.
Great
Thank you.
content.
Amazing
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, but we'll see you guys for more reviews. Peace.
Peace.